Hey guys, this is the Associated TC8. Here's my feedback after about 3 months. First of all, this is just my personal opinion. It's based only on my own experience. Why did I buy the kit? Simple. Because I think the car looks absolutely beautiful. The geometry, the suspension arms, and of course the blue color. In my opinion, it's much nicer than the Tamiya blue. On the technical side, I really like the pivot suspension. The kit itself is well equipped. You get different upper arms for caster, different hubs to change axle height, and even 2 screw-on weights, 10 grams each. I went for the carbon version, because I have no experience with the steel chassis. For context, I live in Germany, and I've been running the TC8 mainly on outdoor tracks. Let's talk about the build. Anyone who has looked into this car has probably heard some negative things. And yes, I was annoyed by a few issues too. The biggest problem? The tolerance on the main gear holder. It's just too tight. Many people solved it by heating the aluminium in the oven and cooling the bearing in the freezer. I remachined the part on a milling machine instead. And I had to do the same with the steering arm. Luckily, my kit already included spare shims for the damper piston plates, so I had no issues there. What really bothered me though? The side plates had to be glued onto the diff housing with super glue. Sorry Associated, old school can be cool, but this really shouldn't be necessary anymore. Apart from that, the build was a joy. Everything fit perfectly. It runs smooth, no play. Big thumbs up for that. One setup tip. Build the solid axle with plenty of play. I've got about 2 millimeters here. The car itself has a lot of flex. Even the bulkheads flex a lot. But the shocks are simply amazing. No weak points at all. If I had one wish, it would be blades or bearings on the drive shafts. But honestly, you don't really need them. So how did I run the car? With a 17.5 T RCK motor. Gear ratio 4.0. Driven in both blinky and boost mode. Since I had no setup advice, I started from scratch. Our track had very little grip at that time. Setup changes hardly made a difference. Then came the first race in Nuremberg. I honestly expected a disaster. But the TC8 ran like it was on rails from the very start. Setup changes had an immediate effect. The car was pure fun to drive. And in the end, I even made it onto the podium. The second race in Bamberg went even better. With the home track advantage, I managed to take a close win. That showed me one thing. Durability? After around 50 battery packs, I saw no real wear. One failure though, after a hard crash, the top deck broke and one bulkhead was bent. I had to replace those parts. One small drawback, the rear body posts could be about 10 millimeters longer. My hyperbody just barely fits without forcing it. My conclusion? The build can be frustrating in a few places. But once the car is done, everything works perfectly. The TC8 loves high grip tracks, and it's simply a blast to drive. I'm super happy with the performance and glad I bought the kit. I hope you enjoyed my review. See you at the track.